This is Pat Smodgy, and you are watching part 17 of my instructional video series, available only right here at On the Pegs. Today, I'm going to be talking about balance. Balance is a key part of every trials technique, so it's very important to develop a solid base. If you are just learning, letting some air out of your tires and finding some soft ground will help make the bike more stable and be less likely to tip over. It is slightly easier with the bike running since the engine inertia is going up and down and kind of keeping the bike straight, or maybe that's just in our heads, but the same techniques apply whether the bike is running or not. It is also always easier with the bars turned, not full locked, but not straight. Somewhere in the middle where you can work the bars side to side both directions. This gives you more surface area of the front tire. When the bike is rolling side to side, it's a little more stable that way. When it's straight, it's very hard to balance, a lot less room to work with, and the bike wants to tip much quicker, much easier. Most people have a preferred direction in which way to turn the bars that they're more comfortable with. For me, it's to the left, but I also work on to the right because there are certain circumstances where that can be beneficial. If you're on a side hill, you always want to turn into the hill, or maybe there's something blocking over here that you can't turn the bars to the left, so you want to make sure you're comfortable in both directions. Some people say it's more in your feet, others say it's more in your hands. I say it's a combination of both. You have to use foot peg and handlebar pressures to try to keep the bike underneath you. The goal is to keep standing straight up over the axles, keep your body weight centered over them. Even as the bike sways side to side, you want to stay centered over the bike, and you can work it side to side with foot peg and handlebar pressures. You don't want to grip the bike too tightly because that will push your body side to side as the bike goes side to side. So be a little bit looser on the bike, move your feet out on the pegs if you have to, bend your knees, bend your elbows, and allow the bike to freely work side to side slightly as you try to keep your body weight centered over it. If the bike starts falling to the left, I'm going to pull up on the left grip, stop on the right peg, and move my body to the right to try to get centered back over the center of the axles again. If it falls to the right, I'm going to do the opposite. Stop on the left peg, pull on the right grip, and try to center up the bike and keep my body weight over the center of the axles. You can also turn the bars side to side to use the resistance from the ground to help prop yourself back up to where you need to be. If it starts going too far, you might have to overcorrect by bringing your body weight down and way over to the side, and then pulling up on the grip, stopping on the peg, and bringing it back underneath you once again. You can also go to full lock if you really need to put everything you have into it to try to bring it back up. It gives you a more stable platform when you're pulling the bike back underneath you. You will see a lot of riders kick a leg out for balance when a quick correction is needed and the small adjustments won't cut it. You can also use the side of hills or logs and rocks to press the front tire into, which makes things much easier. Always look for spots to do this in sections to save the chance of dabbing. The technique is the same when the bike is running, but now you can use the clutch as well. If you really start to fall to the side, turn into it and slip the clutch with a little throttle. That should straighten the bike back out, but you will lose ground doing this, so it's a bit of a last resort. Balance is something you can work on just about anywhere, anytime. For a real challenge, air your tires way up and practice balancing on a hard surface, or grab some rocks and try to juggle.